Here are my key predictions for 2025. The first one is that education remains essential for advertisers. More and more marketers are realizing that 3.4 billion gamers are not only teenage boys, but that gaming represents an opportunity to target a wider audience in an engaging way. While there is a growing interest in game advertising, marketers still find it challenging to navigate the gaming ecosystem. And in 2025, education remains essential in order for marketers to find their feet in game advertising and to eventually make it a standard part of any media plan. The second prediction is the rise of the zero-party data strategies. Despite Google delaying the deprecation of the third-party cookies, the market will continue to pivot towards privacy-first, user-centric advertising practices in the game industry. Publishers typically don't collect much data about their users yet, but in 2025 we will see more and more publishers moving towards zero-party data strategies where users voluntarily offer data to the publisher in exchange for game credits, and in the process increase the value exchange between the publisher and the user.
Okay, so my key predictions for game advertising in 2025. Okay, number one, games advertising will capitalize on the evolution of attention as a core brand metric. I think as advertisers and agencies look for ad placements with higher engagement, higher attention, I think they'll discover that games advertising delivers on that. I think in-game ads will see a rise, mainly through a combination of higher accessibility, more measurable brand outcomes, and essentially a growing consumer acceptance that it's no longer perceived as an experimental medium, but as a core element to a media plan. And number three, the last one, I think probably we'll just continue to see the generational shift of media consumption, of traditional media channels, and games advertising is poised to make that shift, and 2025 will hopefully be the year of games ads.
My top three predictions for 2025. So gaming publishers will look at diversifying their ad revenue and look beyond just performance campaigns and look more at brands, because ad quality will play a very critical role. On the demand side, more brands will actually buy into gaming, where measurement would play a key role in their decision making. And for the third, I think there'll be a lot more consolidation in the programmatic ecosystem across gaming publishers and potentially also vendors. Particularly, I think the SDK vendors might have some consolidation, and I think Applovin, with their stock price going up by 700%, will look at doing some big buying. Thank you.
Hi, this is Rupert from iion, and here are two predictions for game advertising in 2025. The first is around rewarded video. I think it's going to absolutely explode next year. I think it's going to become a mainstay on all digital video plans as agencies look to test it against the likes of the existing VOD iterations and YouTube. And then the second, I think we're going to start to see a term content loyalty talked about. If you look at something like Roblox, 41% of their audience is now over the age of 17. Basically, people are growing up with these games, but they're not leaving them. I think as brands look to increase lifetime value of their customers, they will look to align more and more to game mastheads and gaming content, knowing that that audience will be sticky and won't be leaving.
Okay, so the three predictions for game advertising in 2025. The very first one is AI. I believe that there will be more use of AI, be it from a user experience perspective, but also from an ad delivery perspective, allowing for more personalization to that. With AI as well, I do believe that we'll start to see more insights as well as measurement, which leads me to my second prediction, in that game advertising will just become more and more so being leveraged in day-to-day digital advertising. It's no more going to be a norm when people think video advertising, they will think about video advertising in games. When they think about social, they'll think about how they can leverage immersive experiences as well. And finally, my last prediction for 2025 will also be that the digital as well as physical experience for gaming will start to get closer and closer and become more joined from a customer experience as well as from a shopping perspective. Thank you.
So my first prediction for game advertising is that intrinsic game advertising will become a much more full funnel, measurable and outcomes driven medium in 2025. This is because companies like Adverty, Adinmo and Gatsby have now started going into clickable types of immersive intrinsic ads. So what this means to brands and advertisers is that they will now be able to measure in-game intrinsic ads effectiveness across the full funnel, making it a much more viable advertising medium for them. My second prediction is that game commerce will become part and parcels of places like virtual worlds, 3D worlds, in the sense of Roblox and Fortnite. So what this means is, with partnerships like Roblox and Shopify, users will be able to buy a real-world item in a virtual environment, making it much more viable for brands to advertise in this space. And finally, but not least, I also predict that full funnel measurement will become a norm for brands and ad agencies when they advertise in gaming. Companies like iion have already implemented full funnel measurement across the funnel, from awareness to consideration to performance, to be measured inside our self-serve game advertising platform Immersion. This also means that brands and agencies can now easily compare the effectiveness of game advertising against all other media channels and realize that game advertising should be an always-on media channel.
The gaming prediction for 2025 is going to be corporate professionals using gaming for skill development, from gamification to multiplayer experiences, really using it for teamwork, team building, and above all, training.